Hey everybody, what's up? I'm Casey the Rockstarflipper, and today is Thursday, March 10th, 2016. Hope everybody's having a great week. And just like the title of the video says, today I want to talk about low-cost, high-profit margin items. Now, they're not necessarily expensive items, but they are very high percent profit. So they're going to cost you just a little bit, and I'm talking most of this stuff is under $1 an item, and most of it will sell between $10 and $20. So it's a really high percent of profit and a low cost out of your pocket. I'm not saying they're all going to be that way, but pretty much all of them are. And the other great thing about all these items is they're going to be lightweight, first class, cheapest you can ship for the most part. A few exceptions, but pretty much all of them. So you can have the same small envelopes, same small boxes, same cheap shipping. You'll know the shipping right when you buy them. You'll know what your profit's going to be, and it's quick, it's easy, and this stuff sells really good. It constantly sells. As long as you get it up and you price it fair, it will sell. And a lot of it is best offer stuff, but that's okay because the best offers don't matter when you're paying 50 cents and a quarter and $1 for items. So let's jump right in, and I put together 10 of these for you and one little bonus item that kind of goes along with one. So the first thing, and you guys know how much I love these, and I stress them because I sell so many of them, but they're neckties. This is a novelty Christmas one. I just grabbed one to show you guys here on the video, but little Rudolph one, really cute. I believe I paid... This came out of a bin. So if you go by the $1.50 a pound, and it takes about 10 of these to make a pound because they're about a little less than 2 ounces each. You're talking about 15 cents a tie. So 15 cents a tie, you can sell it all the way as cheap as $5. Now this particular tie is listed for 10. I've already got a couple watchers on it. Most ties that you get out of the bin store are $10 to $15 ties. You might get lucky, get some nice Brooks Brothers, some nice Valentinos, some Tommy Hilfigers, but you can sell ties for $20. 15 cents out of the bin store. Also, yard sale, garage sales, easy quarter, 50 cents. And if it's an older gentleman, a richer gentleman, selling all of his ties, you can get them all bundled up together and get one good price on them. You can say 10 bucks for all of them, and they end up being a quarter a tie. So really easy to get. You can even pick them up at thrift stores and Goodwills and Salvation Armies. That's where you're going to pay $1 or $2. Our stores charge $3, so I have to go on half off days if I want ties and get them for $1.50. But if they're a good tie, I'll pay $1 or $2 for them, especially if they're $15, $20 ties. But that's number one, guys. Really light. It costs you $2.60 to ship first class. Any envelope it'll take. Can't be damaged. Low cost, high profit. Neckties. Also bow ties. Some bow ties sell really good. Keep an eye out for those. I've sold a few. Number two, action figures. It sounds really, really silly. This is just a cheapo little 10-cent Batman figure. But at yard sales and garage sales, people will have buckets of these action figures for $5 to take the whole thing. Scoop it up. Make sure there's something good in there. Make sure there's Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, the Incredible Hulk, the Incredibles, the Fantastic Four, whatever it is. Scoop them all up. Get them. Disney characters as well. Any little action figures. If you can get big buckets of them where you're paying really cheap for them, at the Goodwill bin stores, these things cost you 5-10 cents each. If you grab all of them out of the bins and toss them into a bucket and they weigh it, you might pay a couple bucks for a bucket full of these guys. So you can list these in lots. If you've got, a Batman, a Superman, different ones, you can list those as lots, or you can list them as a group of one of each. One Batman, one Spider-Man, one Incredible Hulk. And you can sell these for, in little groups for, on average, $2 to $3 a toy. If you have 10 of them, you can put them up for $20 and you'll get it. So keep an eye out. Little light action figures, again, sub, 50 cents quarter items that will sell and net you around, $2 an item. Not as good as the ties, but really, really good to look for. And they're everywhere. Toys are great. So, action figures, number two. Game pieces, something I've told you guys about in the past before. And what do I mean by game pieces? I mean the Simpsons Clue game. These are replacement figures. I got a whole set of them, the entire 6 set. I will probably post this set of 6 for right around $10-15. Say 10, say 12, whatever it is. These came out of a Goodwill bin. The game was there. It was dumped all in the bin. I searched the bin, and I picked up all 6 of them, along with some other stuff. But these probably cost me a nickel for all 6 of them. They don't weigh anything. They didn't even tip the scales. So, same thing. Monopoly. Little Monopoly pieces. I'll put this set up for $10 or $12. Probably paid a quarter for all of them. I picked this up out of a Categories box. It's the timer and the dice. Somebody will need these that have lost their dice or their timer or broken it for their Categories game. This dice is probably a $5 or $6, $5 or $6. I could probably list them both combined for about $8-9. Together, they weigh nothing. At the Goodwill bin store, they probably cost me a quarter. So game pieces. To go along with the Clue game, these are the actual cards that say the Clue things, and you can see it, and people will buy this. It's a full pack of replacements, nice. They'll pay $5, or you can gather together a whole stack of them, and people give you, $8, $10 for whole stacks of them. So, I grabbed them. They don't weigh anything. A nickel. Game pieces. Anything. Any of the game pieces. Scrabble. Any tokens, any dice, any special dice. Grab regular dice. If you can pick up regular dice and get 20 or 30 regular dice, there are people that buy goodie bags of dice on eBay for $10. So pile those all in. It's another great thing. Jean shorts and skirts. I don't like to get too much into clothing here, but jean skirts and jean skirts and shorts are all really lightweight, especially from the Goodwill bin store. You can stack together a whole bunch of jean skirts and shorts for girls, and you won't pay but a few dollars. You might be into each set for 50 cents to $1. They just sell really good. Every time I put up a pair of jean shorts or jean skirt, if they're cute and they're in good shape, they will sell for $10 to $15. And I'm talking about, it doesn't matter the brand. Abercrombie sells, Aeropostale sells, American Eagle sells, Lucky brand jean shorts sell, Forever 21 I've sold, Wet Seal I've sold, Victoria's Secret, the little booty shorts, the little yoga shorts, those sell really good as well. So little booty yoga shorts with pink or Victoria's Secret, any kind of girls and juniors, small stuff, little tank tops, all that kind of stuff is really lightweight, and you won't be into it for more than a quarter or 50 cents. Same at garage and yard sales. You can usually pick those things up for $1 a piece or less, depending on what kind of neighborhood, what kind of area you're in. But you'll always find those things, and they're $10 to $15 items. So juniors and girls skirts, shorts, skirts, and tank tops, really great items. Handheld electronic games is the next one. So by that I mean Sudoku, Scrabble. This is a little deal or no deal. This came out of the bin store. It works all the way. Probably cost me a quarter, 50 cents by weight, and it will sell for $9.99. Quick and easy. I see them at yard sales all the time for $1. Pick them up. I found one time a Double Dragons Battletoad one at a yard sale for $1. It ended up selling for $19.99. Can't beat it. So anything you see like that, if you can find the handheld Pokemon games, they do exist. They're really rare. I've had one once. I sold it for $30. I paid $2 at a yard sale for it. So any little handheld, Jeopardy, Wheel of Fortune, it doesn't matter what the game is. Little handheld games, the poker ones seem to sell really good. As long as they work and they're good condition, you'll be all set. So typically $1 or less item, $10 to $15 sale price is your target on those. Handheld video games, and I mean that in the way of DS's, 3DS's, DS Lites, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, all those types of games. And I have a few here to show you. This is a DS right here, 3DS right here. These are some Game Gear games. And these two were in a bin, believe it or not. This is Sonic 2 and Super Smash. These two were in there in the bin store. So I'm assuming probably paid around 50 cents for the pair of them. I looked up Sonic 2 on Amazon and eBay, and this is about a $9 game, and Super Smash is about a $5 game. So $14, paid about 50 cents. So look for those. These I bought out of a pawn shop, but they're still good to look for. And I paid right around $10 for the pair of them. They were asking like 15 for both. I said 10 both now, and they took it. Super Smash is 25. Mario Kart DS is 10, so 35, and I paid 10. So little handheld games, if you can get them cheap. You got to look those up. Those are going to cost you a little more, but they're easy to ship. Really good profit margins on them. The next item is military medals and pens. I don't have any right now. I'm completely sold out. I haven't seen any in a couple weeks, which is why I'm out of them. But anytime you see military medals and military pens, look them up. And I don't mean just the plain little bars or plain little triangles or any of that. I'm talking about actual medals that have color and gloss and something, they look nice. You're not going to find a Purple Heart out at a yard sale, I imagine. But you will find a lot of medals from Korea, Vietnam. You'll find those with the red and yellow, Vietnam flags. I got one medal one time. It was a really good size shape of the country of Vietnam with the red and yellow, and it was dated 1968, 1972, whatever the date was on it. And that one single pen ended up selling for $15. I gave the lady 50 cents for all her pens, 50 cents each. She counted them all up. She had like 40 of them. She said $20. She said, just give me 15. I gave her the 15. I took them all home. That one pen went for 15. I think I sold the rest as a lot for like $30. People really love military, and they really collect it. So if you can find pens, medals, a lot of patches as well. Keep an eye out for those. So military stuff. The next one I just recently started selling them. I have a ton of them, but postcards. especially destination postcards. These are from Little Rock, Arkansas, but any city, state, if you can combine them in a good lot. I listed a lot from Hot Springs, Arkansas. I think it had like 13 or 14 in it, and it sold for $15. About a buck a postcard. So if you can find somebody selling a box of postcards where you can pay a couple bucks for it, if they have cool content and cool writing on them, that helps the value. People like that. Take a picture of it and post it. But yeah, so typically I sell postcards in lots, and I sell them for about a buck a postcard in the lot. So if you've got 20, I list it for $19.99. So keep that in mind when you're buying a bunch of them. You're buying 100 of them. You want to buy 100 of them for 10, 15 bucks. And you typically can, because people don't care too much about postcards, but they do on eBay. You can't really sell these individually unless it's a special postcard that's worth $10 or $15. It's really, really tough. Because remember, fees and shipping alone are going to cost, with tracking that $260, you're going to be $350, $4 into a postcard. So if the postcard's not worth $8 to $10, it's not worth selling alone. Sell it as a lot. So postcards, keep an eye out for those guys. Really good profit margins, really cheap, really easy to ship and light. To go along with those, old-time photos, anything from the Civil War era, anything really old. If it's legit, it's not a reproduction, and even the reproduction sometimes. But if you can get some old-time photos, old-time pictures, people might have a box or a bin or whatever. I see it all the time. We flip it open, there's Victorian-style pictures or 20s and 10s, 1930s, all old-time pictures of the city and gas stations. Scoop those up if they're cheap. If somebody's not asking a bunch of money, they want $1 or 50 cents or $2, buy them. Once you get home and you look them up on eBay, you will be shocked at what some of those pictures sell for, guys. I have actually purchased a picture of an old-time guy, and I want to say the guy was 75, 80 years old. And it was him as a child. He was about 6 or 7 years old at his dad's gas station, sitting on the bumper of a truck. And his dad was working with the hood up, and it was an old picture, and it was in a frame, and it wasn't in the best shape, but it was framed, and it was 5x7 shape. I can't remember. The guy said, just give me $1 for it. I felt really bad. I actually gave him $2. I slipped him an extra $1 when I bought all my stuff from him. He didn't even know it, but I gave him the extra $1. I got it home, and I couldn't, of course, find the same pictures because this was special to this guy, but because of the content, because of the truck that was in it, because of the gas station that was in the background, and because of the age and the frame, I put that picture up for $49.99, and it sold in like an hour. I'm not even kidding. It sold in like, I don't even think it was an hour, maybe 30 or 40 minutes. Somebody scooped that picture up and sent me the nicest message on eBay after they received it. How wonderful the picture was and how they loved the truck and the content. So you never know what you're buying with this old time stuff, but these pictures, Wild West pictures, not just the subject, but keep an eye on the surrounding content. Is there a special city, special buildings, architecture, animals, cars, buildings, whatever it is, it might appeal to somebody else and not just the subject matter. So real important old time stuff. This is one that's just been recommended to me. Now, I don't do this regularly. I think I've sold a few in my life. But rubber stamps. Like if you have an American flag, choop, choop, you rubber stamp it. There's a lady actually on eBay. I used to follow her, and I think I might still. But she had like 30,000 rubber stamps for sale active. Those things were priced anywhere from like $8 to like $80. And she says she gets them out of thrift stores and Goodwills and bench stores all the time, and they're so lightweight, her cost is nothing, quarter, 50 cents. Sourcing a big sourcing supply of those is tough, but if you can find them, they're worth a lot of money. I don't see them very often. Maybe where she is, I think she's out in California or on the West Coast somewhere. So maybe where she is, she sees them more, but we don't see them here in Florida too much. But when I do, I definitely try to grab them because, I see them sometimes in thrift stores. They'll be in like a Ziploc baggie with like 20 of them in it, and they'll have like $5 on the bag. Whoop! Scoop those right up because trust me, there's going to be at least one in there worth at least $5. So rubber stamps. The last one, which is one I love, and I don't know why I didn't put this at the top of the list, but card games. Skippo, Phase 10. This is a Monopoly deal game. This came out of the Ben store. In fact, it wasn't even open. The box was open, but the cards are in the plastic. This is probably, the weight on this probably cost me $1. It's just sold for $14.99 on eBay just yesterday. So get ready to ship that out tomorrow. But Skippo I've sold for like $12. Phase 10 I've sold for $10. Any kind of the card games. Cards Against Humanity sells really good. Dirty Mind sells really good. Anything that you can see that's card game wise. Look them up for the pricing, but they're almost all $10 plus. So people love their card games. Goes right along with the handheld games. But any of that stuff. So we'll go down the list again, guys. Number one, neckties, just for you guys to review if you're making a list here. I'll go slow. Neckties and bow ties. Action figures in groups. Price them in lots. Don't sell them individually unless they're special. Number three is game pieces, Monopoly pieces, Clue pieces, special kind of dice, collect Scrabble pieces. Jean shorts, skirts, and yoga shorts. Girls' lightweight clothing, small pieces, juniors. All that sells really, really good. Number five, handheld electronic games. Skippo, Sudoku, Deal or No Deal, Monopoly. Anything you can find that's a game and a handheld travel game. Very, very good. Battleship. I sold Battleship for $15 once. Really good. Number six is handheld video games. Game Gear, 3DS, DS, Game Boy. Any of these little handheld games that go in handheld games. Really, really good. Military medals and pens and awards. Colorful, bright, good subject matter. Keep an eye out for those. Number eight, postcards from cities, states, famous locations, anything of that nature. Number nine, old-time photos, Civil War, Wild West, subject matter, cars, towns, anything from the 20s, 30s, and back. Old-time stuff. Even the 50s, 60s if it's got cool stuff in it. Number 10, rubber stamps, American flags, butterflies, rainbows, any of that stuff will sell really good. Like you see at like a Michael's or a Joann's or something. And your bonus item, number 11, card games and like Monopoly, Skippo, Phase 10, all that kind of stuff. So those are your 10 lightweight, small, cost-effective, low-cost, high-profit, margin percentage items. They're not going to make you a fortune, but guys, you got to add the smalls up. If you want to have 1,000 items in your store, you got to have 10 neckties and 10 card games and 10 sets of game pieces. These will add up. And trust me, when you buy up 100 of these things and your cost is literally like 30 or 40 or 50 bucks, and all of a sudden you start selling 2 or 3 a day, making $20, $30, and after about 3 days you're profitable and you still have 70 or 80 items in your store, you're going to thank me. The trick to building eBay and building an inventory and making money is making sure that when you list 100 items, the first 5 or 10 items are going to get you your money back, and everything that's in your store is profitable. You want to get to the point in 3, 4, 5, 6 months that you have no expense out, you're profitable, and you've got hundreds and hundreds of items in your store. You could literally stop buying merchandise tomorrow and just sit and make money for months and months, and all of a sudden, after a month, you've sold $2,000 or $3,000 worth of merchandise, and you haven't spent a dime. That's the way to do it, guys. That's the secret to eBay, the secret to building inventory. And I hope you guys enjoy this. I hope you take a list, put it in a notepad in your phone, and keep it with you anytime you're out. I appreciate you guys watching these videos. I'd appreciate a lot, too, if you guys could give me recommendations or some suggestions or some requests that you want for some videos. Anything you want me to talk about. eBay, Amazon, PayPal, yard sales and garage sales, outlet stores, Goodwills, bin stores, Salvation Armies, regular thrift stores. Whatever it is you guys want to talk about, just leave it down in the comments, and I will respond within 24 to 48 hours. I can't promise I'll get a video up that quick, but if you come up with a good idea and I want to make a video on it, I will definitely tell you that I'm going to make it, and then I will let you know when it is live. You can also get those notifications if you follow me right down there, social media, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Post all my video links and all my updates and items that I've been purchasing right there. And you can, of course, subscribe to us right here on YouTube. You'll get notifications every time I do post a new video. And check them out. Check out the other videos while you're here. And have a wonderful Thursday evening. We will talk to you guys later.